Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elle and today is a very exciting video. I'm back with my books and I'm going to be doing a book haul for you. My birthday was May 6th and I accumulated a lot of books from that. So I'm really excited to share all of these books with you, and I have some goodies that I got, so let's get right into this video. The first book I'm going to talk about is Serpentine Valentine by Joanna Darling. I read this back when it released in February and I absolutely love this one. This is a sapphic dark academia romance. It is amazing. I love this one so much. I'm actually going to be bringing this with me to the Wild and Windy book signing in Chicago, and I'm actually leaving tomorrow for it. So I am super excited to see Gianna. I love her. I saw her at the Nashville signing a couple of years ago in 2022, so I'm not going to bring like all of my favorites from her because I already got those signed. So I am excited to meet her again and see her and just gush about this book because this is one of my favorites from her. Then I also wanted to include Caution to the Wind in this video. I received this back in February, but it's been a while since I've done a book haul, so I wanted to include it in this list. This was a part of the Caution to the Wind book box, and this is the woman's cover. I love it so much. I'll do a cute little, it's just so cute. It's white. I'm trying to have it focus so you can see it. It is just so beautiful, and I love this book so much. This is a part of her Fallen Men series, a motorcycle romance series. It's amazing. Love this one. Definitely go read it if you haven't. It is like a second chance, age gap, best friends, dad's romance, darker romance, really badass heroine. Love this one. Then I had to include House of Shadow and Flame on this list. I read this back when it released in February, or I think it released on like January 30th, but I devoured this one. This is the third book in the Crescent City series. Loved it so much. Got my copy from Barnes & Noble. This is so heavy, so I'm having to use like two hands to hold it. But I love this one. It is so good. If you have not started this series, you need to. It is an amazing urban fantasy series. I love it so much. This is definitely one of my favorites of the series. Then I have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. This is a lovely, just like, oh, I love this romance so much. So the hero and heroine meet actually on like Reddit, which is really funny because the hero does this post on Reddit for Am I the Asshole? Because he basically is talking about how every person that he has dated, like after they break up, they find their person, and so he's like, why does this keep happening to me? And the same thing happens to the heroine, so they decide to date for the summer, and she is a travel nurse, so she goes to where he lives and is there for the summer, and they have these dates, but they're both dealing with a lot of heavy stuff. Like she's dealing with stuff with her mom, and then he is dealing stuff with, he has to take on being the caregiver for his younger siblings. And I just thought this was so adorable, but also had a lot of emotion in it, and I love this one, so I'm so happy to finally have a physical copy. Then I've been waiting to get physical copies of this series of my favorites. I think I forgot some, but I knew I wanted to get physical copies of this. So I have Always Only You. This is the second book. I haven't read the first book because people say they don't like it, so I haven't read that one yet. But I love this one. This is a hockey workplace romance, kind of Grumpy Sunshine but reversed, where the heroine is the grumpy one and the hero's the sunshiny one. It deals with chronic illness, and I love this one. And the heroine has rheumatoid arthritis, so she uses a cane. And I just love this series and how much representation is in it, and I love this one. It is so good. Then I have Ever After Always. This is a marriage in trouble romance. It deals with infertility. Love this one. They go on a trip, a family trip with the whole Bergman family, but they're kind of on the outs of their relationship, but then they kind of find their way back to each other, and it's just so good. And then my other favorite is Everything for You, which is a soccer romance. They are on the same team, but it's also Hate to Love, kind of Grumpy Sunshine as well, and I love this one. They're also good. Deals with some heavier topics in some of the books, but I love the series. It just feels like a warm hug when I read them. I've been binge reading them on Hoopla, so I'm so happy to finally have physical copies of these. Then I have A Lesson in Thorns by Sierra Simone. This was a part of the Hello Lovely, I think it's like their seasonal box. I was a little disappointed that it was this book, just because some of my favorites from her are like, what is it? Is it Saint and Sinner, I think? Yeah. So I just really wanted those to be the book in the book box, but that's okay. I still think this is really pretty. It's just like not my favorite from her. I think I gave this one 4 stars when I read it years ago, so I was a little disappointed, but it's still really pretty and I'm glad I have a copy of it. Then I have Wild Love by Elsie Silver. This is her newest release. This is a single dad, childhood friends to lovers, workplace romance with A+ banter. Love this one and I'm so excited to have a physical copy of it. Then I have The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea by Elizabeth O'Rourke. This is a really fun angsty romance where the heroine ends up having to go on a family trip with her ex-boyfriend's family to Hawaii, and then his older brother is there and they absolutely detest each other, but they kind of become a little bit friends on the trip, and they have some feelings for each other, and it's really good. She is a pop star and he is a doctor, and it's just a really angsty, I just really love this romance, and I love seeing them like travel around Hawaii. That was a lot of fun, and like he kind of helps her, like she's in like a dangerous situation and sometimes, and it's just, I love those situations. It kind of feels like the movie Anyone But You. So I really like this one. I give it 5 stars. I'm so happy to have a physical copy of it. Then I have King of Sloth by Anna Huang. I love this romance. I actually ended up giving it 4 stars, but it was a lot of fun. It had a lot more deeper emotions, and I feel like her other books in the series, but I really like this one, and it is workplace. He's a billionaire, and I just knew I wanted a physical copy of it. Then I have Loving Romeo by Laura Pavlov. This is a really great hate to love small town romance. So the hero and heroine, like the hero absolutely detests the heroine and her family because of something that her family did to him when he was younger. And so now he just like hates her, and she ends up opening a bakery next door to his gym. He is a professional fighter, like MMA or something like that. And he just like detests her, but then she grows on him, and it's just really cute. And I really enjoyed this one. Then I have The Summer We Fell by Elizabeth O'Rourke. This is another really angsty romance by her. This is a love triangle romance, and I love this one, and I'm so happy to have a physical copy of it. Then I had to get physical copies of Twilight of Embers and Midnight of Ashes. This is a Dragon Shifter paranormal romance series, and I love it so much. I have been devouring it. It is just so good. It is Why Choose. It's a lot of fun. Definitely go read it if you haven't. The audiobooks are amazing for this series. Highly recommend. Some of the heroes, one of the heroes is a billionaire, one is actually a professor at the school that they're all attending, which is like a university college. And it's a lot of fun. There's lots of secrets, angst. There's one hero who is trying to reject the mate bond, so that's fun. But I've been really loving this series. They're fast reads, they're a lot of fun. Definitely go check it out, and I'm so happy to get physical copies of these. Then I had to get the second and third book in the Stone Rider series by Ashley Munoz. So I have Where We Belong by her, which I think this one's my favorite. I really love this one. This is a hate to love motorcycle romance series, and this one is hate to love motorcycle president. So the hero and heroine do not get off on the right start when they first meet, and he really likes her, but he keeps pushing her away because he doesn't want to fall for someone again and doesn't want to like lose anyone else in his life. So he just really like, you know, pushes her away, and it comes to a point where she ends up having to stay with him because she needs to be under protection of the club. There's a lot of action with that, so they kind of start, you know, hanging out around each other, and it's very angsty, and I love this one. It was so good. And then I have Where We Promise, which is another really great motorcycle romance book. I love this one as well. I gave this one 4.5 stars, but the hero and heroine have known each other forever. They met when they were teenagers, and the heroine is actually pregnant with the hero's best friend's baby. and like that guy basically dropped her and her baby and was like, I don't want you anymore. And so the hero's the president of his motorcycle club, and so they end up going to this other motorcycle club, which is the MC club of like the whole series. Like he's from a different one, to kind of protect her, and they end up getting fake married to protect her and her unborn child. And they've always had feelings for each other, and they finally, you know, let those feelings in. And I love this book, but the only thing I don't love about this is that there are a lot of like flashback scenes, so it can get kind of repetitive. But otherwise, this is such a great motorcycle romance series, and I loved how angsty it was. It was really, really good. Then I have Through the Glen by Samantha Young. This is another great small town romance. I love this one. This is set in Scotland, and the heroine, she is very shy, and she's actually a maid at this like manor type thing where celebrities stay. And so she is also secretly writing a mystery series, and she wants to get it adapted into a TV series. And the hero is a screenwriter, and so she propositions him with this idea, and he at first says no. And then he finds her, and he reads her books, and is like, we need to do this. So they kind of hole up together in this small Scottish cottage in the Highlands, and she's finishing the series while he is writing the TV series adaptation, and it is just so adorable. It's opposites attract. He is also a billionaire, very wealthy, and it was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this one, and I love this series, so I'm so excited to have a physical copy of this one. But the annoying thing is that I had the people cover for the first book, so I'm like kind of annoyed that this is like the special edition, like discreet cover, but it's fine. It's fine. I still love it, and I'm so happy to have a physical copy of it. Then I have probably my most exciting book out of this whole list. Catherine Cowell sent me a PR package, and she was doing a special cool fun thing for the release of Fragile Sanctuary, which is releasing May 16th. And she was sending out special edition art copies, so there's like 4 variants, and I got like the Grumpy Sunshine one, and I'm so happy. I've never gotten a PR package from her, so I am just so thankful and just like in disbelief that I got this, and I'm so happy. I just think it's so cute. I'll show it, but we'll focus. See their cute little suns on it. The original cover, I'll also put it up so you can see the difference, but I'm just so happy, and I'm so excited to read this. I need to read this. It has just been a very, very busy time the past couple of weeks, so I just need to sit down and read this. But I'm so excited, and I might be doing a small town romance reading vlog where this will be included in that, so keep on the lookout for that. But I'm just so thankful, and this is the start of her newest series, which is I think it's Sparrow Falls series. So the first one is actually about an ex-FBI agent. The tropes are hate to love, age gap, grumpy sunshine, forced proximity, brother's best friend, broken hero, ex-profiler, he's an like FBI agent, touch her and you die vibes. There's a belt scene, which I'm really interested in that. Hilarious grandma, found family, small town serial killer. So I am just so excited for this and to get to it. I love Catherine Cowell, and I am so thankful she sent me this. So I'm just gushing on and on, but I'm so excited to get to this. I had to get a copy of Ashes of You. I love this romance. This is a single dad nanny romance. It is amazing. You need to read this series, the Lost and Found series, if you haven't yet. I love it so much. So good. So happy to have a physical copy of this one. Then I have Icebound by Meredith Trapp. This is a hockey romance, and I am super excited to have this as well. I honestly do not remember what this one is about, but I'll read the synopsis real quick. So, a sizzling laugh out loud hockey romance, blah blah blah. With a thigh tattoo that's catnip for women, and a wicked smirk that needs a warning label. Oh, actually, now I remember. I think he is an NHL player, and the heroine I think is in college still, so it's like a big age gap. He's 30, and I think she's in her last semester of college, and I think they like hook up. It seems really cute, so I'm excited to read this. I've heard really great things. I think this might be her first book, maybe. That might be a lie. But I love hockey romances, so I'm excited to get to this one. Then I have Rope the Moon by Ava Hunter. I'm actually currently reading this one. I'm about halfway through, and I'm really enjoying it. This is a small town, second chance, pregnant with another man's baby romance. So the heroine was in a super abusive situation, and she basically ran away from that situation back to her small town to Davis, who they had a secret relationship for a year before she left town. And they just still have a lot of feelings, but she has to deal with a lot of trauma that she just went through. She is like pregnant with this guy's baby that was a monster, and she is just really having to grapple with those feelings of like, she obviously wants the baby, but she just is so scared to be a mom. And I just love how realistic this is, but they have such strong feelings for each other in a past, and it is just so good so far. It's angsty. I am loving it, so I'm super excited to have a physical copy of this one. Then I have Funny Story by Emily Henry. I have not read an Emily Henry book since Beach Read released, just because I haven't heard the best things, but I'm excited to read this. People have been saying that this is a new favorite of theirs, so I am really excited to get to it. I honestly don't even know what it's about. It says Daphne always loved the way her fiance Peter told their story, how they met, fell in love, moved back to his lakeside hometown. He was really good at telling it, right up until the moment he realized he was actually in love with his childhood best friend Petra. The hero is the ex of the guy that is with like her ex-fiance's like ex. It's kind of confusing, but I think I've just heard it's really cute and really fun, so I'm excited to get to it. Then I have Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. I think this is a hockey romance, and he is still at school, like university, and she is a figure skater. And I think it's like friends to lovers, maybe. But I've heard really good things about this, and I really need to get to it. This is giving me the vibes of that one series by Helena Hunting, where it's like hockey and like the last book especially. So I'm excited to get to this. Super cute cover. This is actually independently published first, and now it is published, like tri-published. So I am so excited for this author and to get to this romance. Then I have A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. I really enjoyed Danielle L. Jensen's romances, like The Bridge Kingdom, and that series is really good. And this is a new romance from her, which is actually a Norse mythology series. So I think what happens is the heroine ends up like marrying this guy, and then the hero is his son. Like, I think the guy's like really old and like a god or something. It's bound in an unwanted marriage. Pharaoh spends her days gutting fish but dreams of becoming a warrior and putting an axe in her boorish husband's back. Husband betrays her, and I think it's like enemies to lovers, and she gets with, like, it's like forbidden, she gets with his son. So this sounds really good, and I'm excited to read a new fantasy because I'm in the mood for fantasy romances. Then the last book I want to share with you is The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson. I always forget the author's name, but this is such a cute romance. I love this one. This is my first Omega romance, and they basically fake date and pretend that he's an alpha and she's an omega, and so they like fake date, pretend that they are mates, but it becomes real, and they're also doctors. This one was a lot of fun, very spicy. I feel like a great introduction to the Omegaverse, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm so excited to have a physical copy of it. Alright, well, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing me chat about all of the new romances that I've added to my library. I'm so excited and so thankful to have these books, and I am so excited to bring some of them with me to Wild and Windy. But I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and definitely down below let me know what you have been buying recently, like audiobooks, ebooks. I've definitely been listening to a lot of audiobooks lately, and I haven't bought like physical books in a while because I was like trying to wait until my birthday. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations, oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you